My therapist refused to pick up the phone, so cult bondage sesh it is then. Stop the lube and lay down on the couch, please.
Hey, Luigi.
Hey, Tommy.
Where is everybody?
They're all at the track. You're late.
I needed to get a little sleep after last night's job.
Sure. Hello? Yes? Sorry, just got in. Sure. That's for you, Tom.
Hello?
Frank here. Tom? You did well yesterday, but now we need your help again. Come over to the racing track right away. That guy who was supposed to win the race got his arm broken by some thug. Probably no coincidence. Anyway, you're gonna have to race.
But, Frank,
Tom, it's a half an hour before the race. So I don't have time to teach someone else how to drive. Christ, Tom, this concerns a big bag of money. I hope you understand that.
Yeah, okay. Frank...
So I expect to see you here at the track in a few minutes.
You don't look too excited.
That's because I ain't.
Ralphie dodged a bullet this time by not being here, because I had prepared something so vile and nasty that would probably get me banned from YouTube. I just remembered I will need a Luger from Vincenzo to drop 2 good Easter eggs about the Saboteur and the Dictator. And this is the game's equivalent of flipping the bird. What sort of an abomination? What sort of an abomination of a script am I going by this time around? Nothing too special, more or less a bit of a stretch from the last episodes, because why let the cultists be disappointed in the long run when I can do it in a better fashion 6 inches, sessions deep into our Let's Plays. And there is a whole, point to be made in that regard as well. You see, one of the things I notice about the cycle that a lot of current YouTubers go by is to have humbling starts, get beastie, then a lot of shit is dug up, and boom, they're back to being nobodies. A vicious thing, really. Like when I'm writing any of these episodes, I'm like, how many days, weeks, months, or years will it be when someone will make a documentary saying the rise and fall of Bez, followed by fuck it, we ball. There wouldn't be a need for me to make a series in the future labeled I'm going to get in touch with my roots by restarting another Mafia Let's Play if I were to keep contact with them. Personally, I keep my roots on speed dial so I can call them anytime I want. Apparently, I forgot to mute my phone before talking shit about a PR move that works the same way as Ctrl-Z but for celebrity fuck-ups. Note to self, take stuff less seriously for the sake of staying PG. It is not in our best interest to make a severe lapse in judgment.
Hey, Tommy, I knew we could count on you.
You really want me to do this? I've never raced before.
Okay, I know it won't be easy, but we don't have a choice. If you can do it, we won't lose out.
Do I look like I can do this? I don't even know the rules.
Look, it's a cakewalk. You go 5 laps and you need to come in first for us to win. If you come in second, the dough's lost. But since we tuned that clown's car a little, everything should go smoothly. Also, at those speeds, it's quite normal for someone to bang into you. So watch out for those other bastards. Good luck, Tom. I know you can do it.
Well, I don't believe it.
Tom, half the neighborhood and all our boys bet on the Don's boy. Do you know what it would mean if you lost? The Don would lose. You would lose all the respect which we busted our asses to build up. People give us their trust as well as their dough. Do you understand what's at stake?
Yeah, I got it, Frank. I understand.
Take it easy, son. Show them what you're made of.
I'm an MLG player, so the difficulty must always be on extreme. For no reason in particular other than populating the comments with random numbers that are totally not from crypto bots, I'll be putting this little gadget on the screen. Please try to accurately guess how many fucks I had to give to finish this boring race. And this will be a good opportunity to start yapping about subjects that will lead to absolutely nowhere and serve the only purpose of increasing the duration of the video. For some reason, I keep rewatching the entire series and that got me contemplating. Let me make one thing clear though. I absolutely 100% on God do not watch the videos to increase view count, and I have the raw files on my phone and listen to those instead. In one way I can say this is a bit of a self-humbling thingy where I notice my own mistakes, and with each rewatch I'm like, I can do better for the next video. Maybe I should talk about this more and put more emphasis on these points of the video and tone down around these sort of topics. Nah, I'm so narcissistic that I enjoy hearing myself yap on random stuff. I feel like this series should be like, the bonding sesh thingy is where the cultist and I are going to get to know each other more. Why should I be talking about some other YouTuber and give the spotlight to them? It should be more like me saying that here are the things that I like in life and here's what I do for a living. But you know what I tell myself each time when I come to script those things? I'm not that interesting at all. I have so much hatred and pent-up anger that it doesn't feel right. Each time I'm writing, it's like, ooh, talk about mental health. Ooh, talk about finances. Ooh, talk about scholarly stuff and historic stuff. Share things with the public that is interesting and could add to their knowledge. And after all that, I remember, not only I am not an agent of reckoning and change, but chaos personified, which comes with its own downsides. It's like a lot of us would agree that the current YouTube is very much boring. The most popular stuff are either from the likes of con artists who are preaching nonsense like Daddy Research Grant Calzone or Thailand Lopez Dispenser, or absolutely unrealistic shock factor voodoo level magic shit from the likes of Mr. Beast, whose only purpose is to introduce ripoffs after another ripoff. What do these lackluster things add up to? More anger. It's not like I enjoy talking about these topics because I'm pretty sure there are hundreds of others of subjects way more interesting than nagging about these people. But here's the thing, my words come off as, this is just being jealous that these people are famous and busy than nobody. So obviously it must be another hater, is one way to look at it, while I will be calling it name reveal in a bit for my totally valid scientific buzzword salad method. Here is a lesson or two about types of critique one can receive, my fellow cultists. First, we have something called reconstructive criticism, which as the name suggests, you will take positive facts and put emphasis on them, plus the person issuing it must try to build a bigger valid point where it helps to grow rather than just highlighting negative aspects. Then, there is something called deconstructive criticism, where you take your subject and try to build your case ground up, meaning you will not acknowledge a lot of things that are real, but instead focus on the topics that interest you more. Hence, deconstruct the case to build up using your own facts, no printer. And then there is my method, which I call it destructive criticism, otherwise known as ponage. Here is how it works. We are working with hypotheticals here, so no real names, and we're gonna assume there is a celebrity who runs a big bread factory and promotes his business non-stop. We shall call him Mr. Yeast. After a while, Mr. Yeast has gotten a bit out of touch with reality, and we are going to use our destructive criticism techniques to help bring him back down to earth. For Mr. Yeast, attention is as vital as his daily kilo of pure Colombian, so we will have to acknowledge that he has an attention addiction. Now imagine we lock him up, voluntarily place him in a padded room with just a camera. If he tries to record anything, our team of experts skilled in the art of involuntary yoga, also known as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, will demonstrate that clothes can, in fact, be folded with the human still inside. And we won't do this as some test of Mr. Yi's self-control, but purely out of spite. Personally, I would rather check myself into Guantanamo Bay than sit through one of his glorified ad campaigns masquerading as content. Kids should not have to watch him give away a Tesla only to end up financially ruined by the taxes, or be reminded that somehow, Edison was actually a more honorable businessman. My legal team has just advised me to include the following line. This is in no way a violent threat to the person, but just as a reminder of content produced by such personalities can be rage-inducing on people who are not even their fans. By now, some eyebrows might be raised that, Bez, this is just bullying, but that's where I would disagree and say no. This is destructive criticism, even though it's just a rebrand of bullying. Actually, never mind. My point being, I think I'm slowly being driven insane by becoming the amalgamation of memes and the internet's frustrations. And that's not even remotely close to what's really happening. Alright boys, no one said friendly fire is off. Even though I'm just some ordinary gamer, I can't help but to notice some familiar channels overdosing on corporate bullshitism. Now what's that, you might ask? It's like when content becomes an endless stream of optimizing synergies and leveraging scalable solutions instead of genuine insight or honest opinions. We're talking about creators who used to keep it real but now sound like they're running on academic research published on IEEE. These guys have practically downloaded the corporate voice pack, so instead of hearing what they actually think, we get marketed to like a living, breathing press release. Hell, some of them probably have an advanced certification in bullshitism. It's like they're these bots just running on catchphrases. A lot of soulless, jargon-loaded catchphrases. And it's not even that what they are saying is wrong. It's just so polished, it feels more like a legal document than someone talking straight. Honestly, it's hard to tell if you're watching a person with a real opinion or a character sponsored by every cool sounding word in the dictionary. Meanwhile, wondering if real talk will ever come back or if we are stuck in this content loop of brand safe navigating the scalable solutions haircut of opinions that actually hit hard. Now ladies and gents, I'm gonna juxtapose these nuts into the argument by saying that when the script is 2 fucking hours long about how passengers can pre-board the plane while you are either boarding that goddamn thing or you're not. What? Next you're gonna tell me that it takes time to process and navigate the situation without making a severe lapse in judgment? Or otherwise, if our vocabulary and speech patterns are not constructed with due diligence applied, it might be cancelled due to cultural appropriation. Motherfucker, just board the goddamn plane! Nah, I've been watching too many George Carlin videos before sleep, yet I'm not Amy Schumer enough to go quiet into that good night. Don't get me wrong, I have mentioned before that with my academic background and also my day job, speaking fluent corporate English is at this point second nature to me. But I still don't get how this fake mannerism of acting professional has wormed its way into how we talk to each other every day. And I guarantee you that Eminem can speak way better professional English than a lot of these pseudo-intellectual posers. Yet very much like him, I like to keep it real outside of work. I have tried my very best to actually lengthen this topic ad nauseum to finish this last bit before going to sleep, and no matter how many jabs I throw at the stupid trend of jargons, I still have time left to throw more punches. By the way, OBS crashed at this point. We are in dangerous grounds right now. I don't think I can go for much longer given that my pelts are being drained so fast, if you know what I mean. Oh boy. I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have runneth dry. I've tried to go fuck shopping, but there's no more fucks to buy. I've no more fucks to give. No more fucks I've tried to get. I'm over my fuck budget. And this video's voiceover plus editing plus ranting is setting me back on my precious sleep. And we all know what happens when I lose sleep. It never ends well. And I'm now in fucking debt. Okay, time to bust out my trump card, the Ace of Spades. I've tried my best to do this race legit and on extreme difficulty with damage mode on, but this game has left me no choice. And my fellow cultists, welcome to my lecture on AI powered bullshittery, because we all know that since 2023 everything must have the label AI powered to be considered legit, even though the concept and study of AI tech is almost as old as computers go and is inherently coming from the teachings of the OG himself, Alan Turing. Now I'm about to unleash a devastating move on these TikTok NPCs, and I'll gladly explain what my method of execution is with no corporate and scientific fluff involved. There's something called a behavior matrix. In short, it is a bunch of instructions for different situations that the non-playable character can get to. Also, it has an added search algorithm that finds the scenarios plus the correct reaction to those scenarios. Then, it has an input method where it finds the shortest path on the circuit, in this case literally a circuit, and how the model can travel with the minimum distance to take. That is, unless the model is provoked by another object. In this case, that object is going to be me. Something I notice is that the behavior matrix in these NPCs has some sort of reaction to my movement. If a car is behind me and I go left, it immediately reacts and tries to go right, speed up, and try to overtake, or vice versa. How is that useful? If I were to wobble my car in front of one of them while a bunch of the other ones are behind it, say near a sharp turn, then the car behind me will try to overtake so hard that it will spiral out of control and collide with the cars behind it. This will cause a chain reaction in the entire pathfinding algorithm, which is also known as a knot. Once a knot enters the algorithm, it fucks it up so bad that it will take all the cars a bit of time to try to readjust and find their way again. Hence why I'll be safely slowing down each turn and not worrying about them catching up. That is one way to do it. The other is to be petty enough that instead of slithering around so the car behind spirals out, I would instead bonk it so hard that the NPC itself becomes the knot in the system for the rest of them to fall into. Now there is a huge life lesson to be drawn here, that if the fatherless behavior that Pinky Doll has was bonked in the head properly, we wouldn't have to witness all these nut jobs popping out left and right. It would also be very much expected for you to hate me right now, because I spent almost 3 minutes explaining artificial intelligence only to end it with that kicker. But this class is not dismissed, at least not just yet. Allow me to introduce you to how I'm planning to bonk the YouTube algorithm in the same fashion. By now you are fully aware that I have been fairly harsh on the current quote-unquote content on this platform, and it is to serve a single purpose. I have used my magical whimsical AI tools and knowledge to craft this special formula that I based on a popular meta-heuristic optimization technique called the Great Deluge. How it works is that you basically simulate a flood, and with the water level rising, the factor you are trying to optimize will have to perform an act of hill climbing algorithm, aka HCA, and be optimized through sheer force and avoidance of termination. I'm gonna insert my GD into the YT's A so hard that once I'm through, all these BS and ahana content will be flushed out. We don't need IDOPS to return as the content cop, and you know what, my dear audience?
I'd smack dab in the middle of my right goddamn mind. And any scumbag, any lowly, any mangled piece of shit I put down, I do it because I like it. Oh, I love it. And you think what? Attending therapy sessions with my doctor not even picking up the phone? Well, that ain't happening. Not on my watch. You get to call me the Punisher. Ain't it right? The Big Bad Punisher. Well, here I am!
Hehe, me seeking attention cause me bored. Okay, but now you can clearly see the point I made about the knot in the pathfinding algorithm. As you can see, that little bonk managed to put a good distance in the final time values, which is how one would actually measure the accuracy of an AI model, by how fast it can perform. And technically I did not cheat, because if it was a game mechanic of how the racers are driving, I found their weakness and exploited it, with extreme difficulty and all that.
I knew you wouldn't let us down, Tommy. You're really one of us now. A lot of people made a lot of money on that race, Tommy. And you get all the credit. So you won't come out short. You should stop by and see Lucas Bertoni. He also bet and won a pile of money. So he wants to repay you, too. Somehow.
Okay, I will.
Congratulations, you big
Thanks.
hero.
Let me smash. By now, we are all thinking the same thing, that why on earth is this racing mission so freaking long? It's absolutely abysmal that it took me 3 full days back to back non-stop on God Furfur to edit 4 hours of footage and then write and add my voice lines to it. Not only that, but ever since episode 2, I had a bit of depression for doing the work on this chapter. I knew it would take a long time and was having a severe big sad, like this is gonna take forever. And yes, that's because unlike a certain person named Compound Word Mix of Marksman and Canine Beast of the Wild, I always have done my own gaming footage. I don't know about you guys, and I hope what you're getting here is worth your time. And here's the thing, I'm not sure if pumping out 1 or 2 videos every day is a very good tactic. I would personally take a bit longer to not only polish, but make something that will last and has some sort of sentimental value, you know? Even if the time comes that our channel requires a team of specialists doing the editing and the audio stuff and all of the thingies for channels, even then I would prefer to release masterpiece after masterpiece over haha big cargo boom boom every day. That's my preference.
Hello, is there anyone home?
Is that a...
Hey, Tommy, right here. Hey, Tom, congratulations on winning, huh? Oh, you did great. I didn't really think you'd do it at first, but when you got going, I knew how it would end, yeah. Thanks to you, I won a big bag of money, and just so you know I'm not ungrateful, I'll teach you a few tricks. You see that, Butte?
Banana!
Well, now I can't give it to you, but I can show you how to lift one and where.
Really? Star-eyed emojis?
Watch how easy it is to get into this, baby. There you go. Piece of cake.
Okay, I figure I can manage that.
There's another one that belongs to a loaded official down at City Hall. During the day, it sits in a car lot behind a municipal building on Central Island.
I think I might go and check if it's, parked correctly.
When you get tired of that, stop back here. I always have something new.
Thanks, Lucas. I'll come by sometime after work. I'll be seeing you.
Chat, did you hear that? Not only we get to have a banana, but we also get some special treatment. So where did we left off? Oh yeah, big plans and my goals. I know I already have recorded and said what I said, but here's where I need to make some adjustments. Just like how it's said in the Companions Guild, eyes on the prey, not the horizon. What matters is not what the future has in store, but what I can do right in this very moment, in this time and this place. And what sort of thing would that be? To be honest, I still don't know. Haven't really figured out what sort of media image I want to build myself. I suppose not being a hypocrite is a good one to start with. Nah, I'm totally going for being the definition of pettiness. Should I say it? Are you expecting me to say it? Chat, are you expecting me to say it? Nah, maybe not this time. It's called a Python, and we are absolutely taking a ride on this massive banana. Ba 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 banana. Ba 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 banana. Ba 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 banana. Banana. There is something known as taking a joke too far. Fucking great. 10 seconds in and we are already being chased by cops. Again. Ooh, rant idea. I think I need to clarify why I label my content as brain rot. Here is where I got it from. So nowadays videos with a Subway Surfer or GTA or something visually capturing while the audio is complete nonsense is called brain rot, right? Like, till this day, I still don't get why skibbity wrist toilet sigma up down left right VA Ohio my ass brrr skibbity bomb 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 yes skibbity bomb is the shit that people pay attention to. But assuming that rot is Nurgle's bliss, I suppose me replacing all that crap with something that provokes a thought or two is pure. And since I'm overusing the trope of being chaotic and whatnot, hence why I think my videos could fall under the category of being the purest, now say my name, Heisenberg, you're goddamn right, level of brain rot. Here we go with me being hyperfixated on something. I have no freaking idea why a human head in a toilet with a bozo with a speaker for a head has such a massive cult following. Self-inserted pun definitely intended.
Why?
I'm gonna be introducing something very new at the end of each video. The best car reviews. Sponsored by Luca Bertoni. Now that we are done cruising on the long, smooth banana, we can focus on what really matters. Like the slick rolled back canvas roof of this yellow beauty. Perfect for some scenic target practice, especially for anyone packing a Carcano. And these highly fashionable Mr. Krabs and Gary looking taillights. Oh, they're perfect for giving that douchebag BMW driver tailgating you to pull up while constantly flashing, and even when you give him passage, mofo will still go under the speed limit. A big side eye. Keep flashing those brights, buddy. I've got eyes on my back. Overall, this car is packing some massive potassium dosage for encounters with Commissioner Gordon.
And so I made a few new friends and got my first luxury car. It didn't seem so bad being a gangster.
Nope, no credits, nope, my throat hurty, nope.